This is a story of boy meets girl, but you should know up front, this is not a love story.
You know what time it is? It's boy bashing time! Let's talk about Nicholas DeOrio. Clown. Straight loser in my eyes, fam. I remember he blocked me on Twitter for some weird reason. I don't think I've ever actually spoken to him on Twitter. I'm not sure if I ever added him, but then again, I do smoke a lot of the green. But I'm pretty sure I don't think I ever really contacted him. Might have mentioned him in a video that I did about Creepshow art a while ago, maybe over a year ago. Yo, usually I don't pay attention to shit like this, but I thought this was quite hilarious. Yo, I'm really not even on social media like that, guys. I promise you. And in fact, I've never even sent this guy a message. I've never added him. This is so similar to Def Noodles. When majority of the commentary community was making fun of Def Noodles because he was blocking people, even though they never even contacted him, maybe because they mentioned his name in a video. And now, like, a year later, the commentary community is doing the exact same thing. I've never even hit this guy up. But that's not really a big deal, guys. Like, someone blocking you that's simple. There's nothing to really complain about. I just thought that shit was funny. Like, damn. But either way, he had me blocked on Twitter for no apparent reason. And then he unblocked me and was running around on live streams with his chest out, acting like he was a tough guy. I was like, whoa, that's pretty hilarious, man. I don't think anyone's actually afraid of you. And if they are, they would be fools, right? I think they just don't want to deal with you, right? Because they know you got a fan base and you're just going to scream out ratio and brag about how many views you have as if that means that you have any kind of point. Nicholas DeOrio ego is crazy. He knows his ego is crazy. He even makes it a part of his whole brand, right? I don't care. I don't like that kind of stuff. I think he's actually corny and he's not as good as he says. I've seen Nicholas get destroyed in a plethora of debates, fam. A plethora of debates, right? With his cornball self, man. But let him tell it. You think he invincible. He think all his points actually make sense. It doesn't. It does not. And if you heard trains sounds in the background, what you want me to do? I don't know. That style of content is just not for me. Maybe I've matured and got older. But I just think that people or creators like Nicholas DeOrio are some of the corniest, most lame people out here in these YouTube streets, fam. He out here talking about how he got blackballed from a live stream and meanwhile admits to him blackballing. Like the rest of the commentary bros do.
Hey, Aiden, how does it feel? How does it feel? Dude, we're blackballed right now. What happened? Like, I missed the part where he got back in the community. Like, did he just slide back in and nobody said anything? Or I assume people said stuff, but nothing happened. He's still here.
No, so he didn't come back into the community. Salva just had him on the last 2 streams and stuff like that. He released 2 videos. That's really the extent of everything that's been going on. Guys, by the way, I request that you tweet out the stream and let everybody know that we've been blackballed and me and Aiden are now discussing being blackballed from Salvo's news team. I don't want to hear a single word ever again. Like, I'm okay. I'm not going to harp about this for the end of time or whatever, but I don't want to hear a single word that I've blackballed anybody, bro. I've never kicked Salvo off my show, okay? Not once, all right? I literally made it as difficult as possible to have you around the first time you came through.
I mean, Nick just seems like such a attention hoe. He just does everything that seems like for clout or maybe income or to build his brand. It's just super disingenuous, right? Or maybe he's honest about him just being a nasty piece of crap that's like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob. He just out here trying to get his monies. Maybe that's the case, right? And he's just super honest about it. I don't know. He still would be a clown to me, in my honest opinion. This dude is trash, man.
out here like just pretty much begging for attention from bigger content creators.
Well, you don't want to make a video or you don't want to put anything on your Twitter account to talk about it and commend me on how I did a good job cleaning up your fucking mess because you're cowards. You guys are absolute fucking pussies who nobody should fucking respect.
And then if he happens to get this bigger YouTuber or any bigger YouTuber to mention his name or give him any kind of attention, he brags about it. Oh man, he love that. He love that. He feel good when you do that.
I'm a nobody, but I'm also the nobody who made a video that got 152 views and made you snap, Nerd City. It's almost like you've never actually been criticized before.
A few moments later.
I find it funny how you mention, I find it funny how you start off your comment with, I find it funny. Were we dating, sir? I find it real funny that you think you can go out all night with your little friends. You want to tell me about my little friends? Yo, I'm really not even on social media like that, guys. I promise you. You know, it's wild when your mentor comes out here and tells the whole world that he's afraid of you because he taught you how to be nasty pretty much. So he's afraid of what he created. I don't know. It's just wild.
I had a fight with Nick DeOrio a couple days ago, and it wasn't anything abnormal. I'll show it to you. Everything's still up, out of the ordinary, but he took it really, really personally. And I don't think it's, looking back, I don't think it's anything that I haven't. He was being like, cute and coy and passive aggressive with me. He was being himself, and I was being obnoxious, loud, yelling me. It was something like that. I mean, it was over within a second. That's nothing in itself. The topic that I would eventually end up conceding on, it's really not relevant. But what's extremely relevant to what I'm about to tell you all is he threatened me and essentially threatened my livelihood through that. And I don't trust him. Nick DeOrio has already dropped the fact that John lied. Okay. He's in a call with I think me at some point, and he's decided to record the second call as well. Now, I want to make this abundantly clear. The guy who had the idea to record John in the first place was 100% me, and it was really for defensive reasons first.
Nicholas DeOrio turning on Tommy C was a clear sign. It was a clear sign, man, that this guy can not only not be trusted, but he had no loyalty whatsoever. He'll do the same thing that he did to Tommy C to anyone within his group who he feels like can jeopardize his career by the crowd and the audience and the community going against it, which is why he's probably exiled other people that he was super cool with, right? If they actually wanted to make change, then you were their genuine friend. Wouldn't you try to help them make change? Maybe I'm crazy. If we're talking about hypocrisies, Nick got that all day. All day, fam. Just huge hypocrite. He's out here criticizing Deaf Noodles for saying certain things are a joke and you shouldn't take it serious. And then he comes out here and says certain things, but then blames the fact that he wants it to be a joke and that we shouldn't take it serious. You hear what I'm trying to let you know?
This motherfucker was going to launch a merch line under Psych Draws, bro. And she was all hyped up. She was drawing fucking stuff, right?
Psych Draws.
And bro. John gets canceled and the whole merch line drops. So I have to fucking send her every person in the community to get a profile picture because she just lost so much money. So Nick, that's your problem, John.
Well, according to Nick after the show, that whole bit was a bit.
Dude, everyone understands jokes, right? But when I tell one, we have to analyze it. Like I just said something like from a class by a professor, and I didn't cite 15 sources. Like when I said that, Edwin, that was a joke.
I don't know. Even though he laughed at his own joke once again, I would say that probably is closer to a statement than a joke, right?
Oh, that's not it. Oh, yeah, he got these for days. When it comes to being a hypocrite, we could sit here for 5 hours if I wanted to damn, if I wanted to pull every single clip up, but just, for some examples, let's pull up the clip where he called out Optimus and tried to say he was a simp because he just, went through some socially awkward experiences throughout his life, right? I don't blame Optimus for that. When you're a man, it's real out here in these streets, fam, but I would hope that he got past it. And if not, man, I hope that he works to get past that, right? I'm one of those guys that I would like men to get better. But Nicholas DeOrio wants you to be horrible. He don't want you to learn from any kind of mistake. So yeah, look at him clowning Optimus.
Maybe through this, I'm talking to you, will see, because this is going to be great to see the aftermath of. I said, that's dope. So what do you go to school there for? What major? She said psychology. And at that point, I'm like, okay, we got one of those.
What the fuck does that even mean?
We got one of those. One of those. Either she's really, really intelligent or problematic, right? So, I thought this was a pretty genuine question, right? How hard is it? Because, I've always heard like psychology classes are really hard. There's a lot of work to it. So, how hard is that? Honestly, I've always been thinking that that's some difficult shit, which is true. I would think that psychology is kind of hard to kind of conceptualize and master, but according to her, not bad, pretty fine. So you're already seeing the problem here.
Oh my God, this is so fucking embarrassing. Does this not just sound like the most conceited shit you've ever heard? I'm not sure if it's because he's dialing this up for his YouTube audience or he genuinely processes information this way, but wow. And naturally, it gets worse.
I'm speaking in full sentences. She is speaking in singular words, okay? If any women are watching this video, man, or I guess anyone, because, I'm sure there's guys out there who drive text. Do not text like this. I am 20 years old. I am fully capable of being able to read a full sentence. I'm fully capable of understanding what you have to say beyond just a couple words. If you don't have time to text right now, or you don't want to text right now, you can tell me that too.
You might be like, Beast Boy, ain't nothing wrong with some good old-fashioned simp clowning. Okay. That's your cup of tea. I feel you. I'm all for comedy. But the hypocrisy is what we're focusing on. Let's play a clip of Nicholas DeOrio getting mad because he got caught being some simp. Being some simp trying to lie to the world, talking about you holding homegirl hand. And then when she let it be known that she was just your friend and she didn't want no parts of you, you started getting real mad about it. Real upset.
I was
But
crying.
do whatever you like, bud.
Tonka, when did the tears come out of my eyes? I was crying.
When did the tears come out of your eyes? Probably when that girl said she wasn't your girlfriend on that post. That was the saddest shit I've ever seen.
What girl said she wasn't my girlfriend?
When you posted a picture of you holding somebody's hand, just trying to be vague about it, and then they're like, you have a girlfriend? And the girl's like, no, he's my best friend.
Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about.
That was funny as fuck.
It's hilarious.
No, that was funny as fuck. That was funny as fuck. That's funny shit.
Dude, you have literally no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so that didn't happen, Nick.
Nick,
did that happen or not?
Yeah, it absolutely happened.
Okay, so that happened. You posted a vague picture of you holding somebody's hand or like fucking some shit, and then do you have a girlfriend? She's like, no, he's my best friend and not my girlfriend.
Talk about my fucking personal life on here.
It's not your personal life. It's a tweet you made. It's a tweet you made, Nick.
Publicly,
Nick, it's a tweet you made. That's not your personal life.
Do not fucking.
It's a tweet you made. It's not your personal life. It's a tweet, not your personal life, dork.
In a public forum, is it not public?
How pathetic is that, Nick? You're such a piece of shit.
Dude,
you went at Steejo about shit. What is it? I'm bringing up shit about Augie's dad? Hold on. What have I brought up about Augie's dad?
Whoa. Hold on.
What I bring about Augie's dad?
You think it's cool to talk? Like I intentionally don't name people like this specifically because I keep that part of my life very off the internet.
No, you don't. You try to post it and look cool, and you didn't look cool.
I didn't try to post it and look cool. It was her idea to make the fucking post in the first place. I told her.
I'm sure it was.
She did. That's none of your fucking business.
Then why'd you post it on Twitter, Nick?
It doesn't belong in this argument.
It's none of my business. Why is it up there, Nick? Why'd you post it if it's none of anybody's business? All you guys have is looking into people's personal lives, and it's really how is this your personal life, Nick?
Why are you bringing it up in a fucking debate, Tonka?
Because it's funny. Remember, it's about things that are funny. We're debating. We're debating, Nick. Is that what's happening? Oh, did Nick? Oh, little Nicky.
Oh, this one's a oldie but goodie. I never seen anyone call this out either. It's kind of crazy. It's almost as if people didn't want to mess up their chances of climbing the ladder. Wow. But yeah, DeOrio, he got into a Keemstar recently because he said a joke where he called Keemstar's girlfriend racist or a Nazi, something of that nature. And everyone sided with Nicholas DeOrio. It seems like you didn't understand why Keemstar would be so upset about this.
Keemstar, I urge you, I'm not going to do it. I urge you to post the logs from our group chat last night.
He's doing the same exact thing as he did on the Edwin show where he got destroyed. He's interrupting. Doesn't want to hear the counterpoint. Are you
like this insecure that you need to give a narrative before you say what you're going to say? You have to preempt your sentence. I know, I'm being honest. I think that you should release our DMs.
Interrupting once again.
You called me, motherfucker.
I called Dead on Dave's show where you guys were talking about me. And fans were telling me that you guys were talking shit.
How much money do I get for this paywalled stream?
Again, see, this is what he did on Edwin's show. Nick wins by interrupting people.
It's cool. Go ahead, Keem. Nick, let him say his piece. That's cool. Go ahead, Keem.
This is what he does. All right. So what I came in here originally trying to say, but I got spun 7 different ways because this is Nick's tactics of not confronting the point at hand, is that Nick keeps on running on this narrative that a bridge is burned and we're at this war. I don't think we're at war. I think you're my friend, but you're salty. You're mad.
I think your girlfriend is a neo-Nazi.
Dave, he's mad. Why would Brantley be a neo-Nazi? Because you're mad.
I watched her hailing Hitler yesterday. I think she's a neo-Nazi.
But this is my point. You're mad. Why would you say that?
So it's no big deal, they say. No big deal whatsoever. Oh, okay, Nick. How come you didn't feel like that a few years ago when D'Angelo Wallace called your friend Turkey Tom, which he might get a video himself, actually. But when someone called him racist, you guys were really upset about that. But then you quick to call Keemstar's girlfriend that? I'm having a hard time understanding that, bro.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're eating Turkey Tom. He thought we wouldn't be able to see his racism through the thin veil of comedy. Meanwhile, he's doing this in everyday conversation. So allow me to repeat from yesterday when you tried to gaslight me. Go F yourself.
Which in my opinion is exponentially worse, and it leaves the realm of petty YouTube drama. It also is funny how he himself describes the situation in the video because it's a complete tonal shift from the accusations he made on Twitter.
I get what he's trying to imply, but I'm Alex falsely accused somebody of assault, so that's like comparing apples to oranges. Another thing that came up a lot was that I'm an SJW, which is ultimately not true, but even more ultimately ironic because the people calling me that were the ones absolutely losing it on Twitter, acting like I was calling Tom a Nazi and a white nationalist. I called him racist for saying I hate niggers. It's not that serious. The overreaction is what gets me the most. Was I overreacting? Obviously. My tweets were very mean, but you would think that a crowd who so valiantly champions their right to use edgy humor would be able to take a couple of mean tweets from some dude on Twitter without having a complete meltdown.
I see. You're choosing to play stupid or you're just dumb here because you're claiming it's not that deep and you're just sharing an opinion on Twitter. That's especially funny to me because you cross-posted this tweet declaring Tom was a racist to your YouTube community tab, where it was clear that you were trying to drum up some support and hype for an eventual video. There is no passive way to call a man a racist. I'm not going to beat around the bush with you. To say a person hates an entire group of people carries a lot of weight, and while you're showing his supposed racism through a thin veil of comedy on Twitter, you are blatantly calling him a racist on YouTube.
Oh, I get it. You don't have to abide by the same rules that you and the rest of the commentary bros set because you guys are cooler than the rest of us. One of your leaders is the incel king. Stop it.